What is up, Cruiser family, and happy Monday, March 1st. Feels a little bit like spring out there this morning, and from my understanding, it's supposed to feel that way the rest of the week, which is awesome. Let's get started. All right, so we have one birthday today, and it's a very special one. Mr. Marshawn Johnson, happy birthday to you. Hope that you have a magnificent Monday birthday filled with cake and balloons and streamers. We have some student shout-outs. Mrs. Crumb's 8th period class had a wonderful discussion of Animal Farm on Friday, so shout out to them. Rosemary Lopez Ortiz was having a lot of internet problems during a Kahoot, but she persevered. Thank you to Rosemary. Your patience and perseverance did not go unnoticed. Awesome job. Perseverance or pushing through when things get difficult is one of the most important skills of being a cruiser. So awesome job, Rosemary. And then a shout out from Jolie Kingray. She says, Sophie Hawkins tries so hard to get all of her work done and to be a good student and to get good grades. And I think she deserves to be noticed for her hard work. So awesome job, Sophie, and great job for Jolie as well, shouting out someone who's working hard. That's great. All right, if you want to share more shout outs, whether it's staff members or students, go ahead and share those with myself or Mr. Bryson, or if you have questions that you would like for us to answer here on the announcements. I think Mr. Bryson has a couple more from last week that I'll get to at some point this week. But you can share those with us. There are email addresses. All right, so February obviously was Black History Month, and we highlighted that in a number of different ways. We celebrated those on the announcements. I want to thank Miss Bofice and Miss Duke for putting together our Black History quilt. Our hexagon that students did, and we'll highlight that a little bit later this week on the announcements as well. March is Women's History Month, where we celebrate women leaders and those who have contributed to our society, whether they be through inventions or political areas or social activism. So celebrate women and all the great things that they've accomplished in March. All right, so coming to you in an email, you might have already got it. I think I scheduled to send it out at 8:15. Is something called yearbook superlatives. So this is something new that we're doing this year. Mrs. Snyder put it together. And what a superlative is a superlative, and ELA teachers will correct me if I don't explain this correctly, but it's someone who is the greatest or the most, or they're at like the top. So, if Mr. Mosier is the biggest loser, biggest is the superlative because it's the most. So what you have coming to you in an email is a form for you to fill out for the yearbook, where you will say, where the question will be, who is the greatest athlete in your grade level, or whatever the case may be. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer those questions. You need to include the student's first and last name. You can only answer people in your grade level, and you cannot write your own name in there. So what we'll do is whenever this runs out, probably in the next few days or whatever, Ms. Snyder will look at the winners, and those will be included in the yearbook for being whether it has the best smile or whatever the case may be for that specific question. So you'll get an email about that. Teachers, if you'll give students 5 minutes or so just to fill that out. It should be pretty quick. Remember, students, you're only putting another student in your grade level's first and last name. So something different that we're trying, but I look forward to seeing how those go and who wins. So that is it for our announcements today. I hope that you have a marvelous Monday. And as always, it is great to be a cruiser.